Welcome to IRL, a podcast about immersion, realities, life, and everything in between. My name is Anthea.
And my name is Matthew. As we both work in tech, we thought it would be a fun idea to break down how tech has evolved throughout our lives.
Every week, we'll talk about a topic's past, present, and future.
We hope you enjoy! So what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about anime.
Anime, okay.
So, have you been watching any anime recently?
This is actually, so I go through phases where I watch sometimes I watch K-dramas, sometimes I watch only movies or only horror movies. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going through an anime phase because my favorite anime just got released, and that's Bleach. Have you seen Bleach?
No, I know of Bleach, but I've never seen a full episode.
Okay, so basically, it was an anime back then, and then they stopped it. And then they stopped it for a few years, and then they never finished it. The manga finished.
The manga was finished, but not the anime. Okay.
Yeah, the manga was finished, but the anime kind of stopped at a decent ending point, right? Because I guess they didn't want to keep on making it, and then they recently started remaking it again, a few years ago.
They continue.
Yeah. So they continued starting from the place that they stopped at.
Okay.
And right now, right, because the anime industry is booming and the technology got better, because back then it was one of those weekly releases.
Yeah.
So now the effects are crazy. It's so good, and I just keep on watching it, and I think there's three new seasons out since they restarted it, and every season I have to rewatch 3 or 4 times because it's just amazing.
Oh, so you're a huge Bleach fan.
I'm a huge Bleach fan. That's the only reason why I got into anime. And then I got into it, finished it, got really sad, and then I started watching other stuff. I started branching out to different types of anime. So I also watched Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is pretty
a classic.
Pretty amazing, yeah. But what about you? What have you been watching recently?
So I've been watching. This is a really new one though. It came out last month. Mm-hmm. It's called Dandadan.
Oh, is that the one with the stupid song?
Dandadan.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. How's that one?
Well, honestly, I didn't really like it in the beginning. It wasn't really my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
But I was told by my friends to to watch it because it gets better. Yeah.
Why? But why is it not your cup of tea?
It's a horror, sci-fi, a romance. It's a very mixed genre. Mm-hmm. And the art style, it wasn't really how for Demon Slayer the art style is really really detailed, really nice. That's how it blew up, right? Mm-hmm. But then for Dandadan, the art style was just really not my something I like. This it wasn't really my.
Was it because it was too simple, or
It felt more a bit of cartoonish with anime, a blend.
Okay, so I actually have a question which is gonna annoy everyone out there, but what is the difference between an anime and a cartoon? Because realistically I'm not really sure of what the difference is, and I hear this as a debate. Mm-hmm. There's a debate that goes on.
Well, it has I would say there's 3 major differences, the origin, the art style, and the storytelling technique. So for origin, anime would start it in Japan, right? And cartoon is more Western American based style.
Okay.
And so the first difference I would say is the origin, and then the art style would be for anime, it's much more detail.
Okay.
Those big eyes, and then a lot of small details they would also include. But for cartoon, it's more exaggerated, right? With Rick and Morty, or with Homer Simpson's. They're not that realistic. Not that anime is more realistic, but cartoon itself.
It's just the differing art styles, right? So basically, you're saying that anime is from Japan and cartoons are more Western based, right? Mm-hmm. And then because of their origin, they came from different places, so their art styles are also different, right?
Yes, but the cartoon are also more simple. Like their drawing style, like Rick and Morty and Demon Slayer, there's like this really like obvious difference. Not that Rick and Morty isn't detailed, but it's much more simple. Right?
For sure, yeah.
And I think the next one is storytelling. So like cartoons are more humorous. They're meant to be more like on the funnier side.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're like usually like on the shorter side. Like one episode is like 20 minutes, right? Whereas anime could be longer.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of times animes are more on the serious side. Like it has like a deeper theme.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, maybe not so much serious, but more complex, right? Like the storylines are more complex. Like it's like it goes through
like it
actual
has a deep theme.
Yeah, okay, I feel
right?
you.
Like a lot of times like the main character has like an existential crisis or maybe a love crisis or maybe, you know, like the typical shonen, the typical shonen like storyline where, you know, orphan or like lost their parents at a really young age.
Yeah.
And then trying to like become like a hero, save the world, that type.
I guess there's like an emotional there's more of an emotional connection to the storyline, right? So like for me, I watch cartoons at a very young age, right? In your definition or in everyone's definition of cartoon. So I watched like a lot of Tom and Jerry. I watched a lot of Simpsons. And it was like amazing, right? Like you said, it was lighthearted. I just put it on and I just do my homework, or I put it on and I laugh, right? The same way today, like I actually still watch The Simpsons. It's my favorite like cartoon. So I watch it. I just have it on in the background while I do work, right? So like when I was a kid, I used to watch this and I didn't really have it didn't really ignite any feelings in me, you know what I mean? And then now, like, you know, when I watch Bleach, like the story is more complex, right? It like brings me into the characters. There's like character development. Because for me, I feel like cartoons, it's like after the episode, when the next episode starts, the story kind of starts again. Like the character doesn't develop, right? Because they want you to keep on watching.
Different, like the stories aren't really connected in general. Whereas anime, there's like a very overarching like theme, and then the episodes are connected.
Yeah,
it's like the One Piece. Like, what's it? To be continued. They always have the to be continued at the end. That kind of.
Yeah. And then like Doraemon, like that one also, I guess in a sense, that one also ends, and then like the episode ends, and then the next story, the characters kind of restart again. But I think it's still a little bit deeper. Like it teaches you a little bit about friendship and like sharing and stuff like that. Or at least that's the vibe that I get.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always like the gray area, right? Like between anime and cartoon. But I think the major like differences would be the art style.
Fair.
To like distinguish them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, my bad. Wait. So like, what anime? Like, what animes are you currently watching?
So Dandadan is one, but one of my all-time favorite is Haikyu.
What is that about?
It's a volleyball like anime.
Oh wait, no, I know about it. They have like some like the feature films, right? They have a few feature films, right?
Yeah, so like I think for a lot of the so not to spoil too much, but it's basically about this boy who's like on this like volleyball team in high school, and he's really short, but he's still really good. Like it doesn't affect his like playing skills.
Yeah.
And then they would go through like different competition. And a lot of times the competition would become like a movie.
Oh, like every competition is its own section, kind of.
Not all, but like the major ones, the major competition.
Okay, that's fair.
So recently they released a new movie. I believe it's called the Dumpster. Like depends on.
Wow, what
country,
a great name!
But it's because of the school's like mascot or like the school like logo name. So it's the main character is a crow, like his school name or like the school mascot is a crow, and then the competing team is a cat. So it's like cat and crows, they fight in like a dumpster area.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So and then I went to the theaters twice.
So you watched it twice?
No, but then after it came out on Netflix, I watched it again. I watched it on a plane. Again.
So how many times have you watched this movie?
I watched it like I think 4 or 5 times.
Are you sick of it yet?
A little. But I feel like if I take a break from it, and then I come back to it, I'll still enjoy it a lot.
So you watched it in the movie theaters twice, and then you watched it a couple times at home, and then you watched it on the plane also.
Yeah.
Okay, you have an issue. That actually reminds me of I think it's called. Used to watch it. I think it's called Kuroko no Basket. It's I think it's like Haikyu, but the basketball version. Because I play basketball, so I like that. I like that sport more. So I've seen that too, and it's kind of like that, where it's about a little kid that's on the weaker side, but they have a talent that's kind of tied down, and then they kind of learn, they progress throughout the anime as it goes on, right? And then their teammates are really cool, right? One of them can do this, one of them can do that. I guess sport animes, it's all kind of in that.
Well, wait, the Kuroko basket, is it magical? Or is it also realistic? I think
it's not realistic.
It's the magical one, right? They have powers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, but see, the thing about Haikyu is that the author made it really realistic. He did a lot of studies. So a lot of the techniques that they do in the anime are actually real. People do that in real life.
Oh, so it's it's not super animated where it's
Prince of what's it, tennis? Prince of Tennis?
I haven't seen that.
But you know that one, right? It's the ball turned into a snake or something like that. Or it's obviously over exaggerated. And for Haikyu, it's I've seen videos where people have done edit of actual players in real life doing that technique, and
it works.
Okay. So there's this comparison, and it's similar.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Because that's actually kind of why I stopped watching Kuroko no Basket. Because there's this idiot. Sorry, it's not an idiot. There's this guy that wherever he shoots from, he makes it. That's his power, right? Wherever he shoots from on the court, he makes it. And that's kind of the end of the anime, right? He just keeps on shooting, right? He literally just he can shoot from the other side of the court, and he just makes it.
Okay.
And then spoiler alert, not really, because it's the first season. He keeps on shooting, and then the other team they couldn't do anything about it, right? And then this guy magically learns how to jump a little higher to block it, so then now he can block the shot. So it's just very it's not very realistic, right? Because for me, I watch basketball, and then I see this anime, and it's exciting. It gets me ooh, this is crazy, right? And then I'm invested in the characters, but I feel sometimes it gets a little too much for me. It's just he's just gonna unlock a new ability and then break the game.
Yeah. So that's why I like Haikyu, because it's more on the realistic and has a deeper meaning to it. It's it makes you want to work harder,
No, I get that.
Yeah.
The thing that I realized that actually just hit me, the thing that I realized what's different from animes and cartoons, at least for me, it's that I actually think that in anime, my favorite characters aren't actually the main character.
Okay.
Because the characters are developed so well. I don't know, in Haikyu, is your favorite character the guy, the main character? No, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about anime, in my opinion, because for Bleach, right, I talk to my friends, I talk to people that like Bleach, and their favorite characters they're not the main character, right? It's the side characters or the other captains.
But I feel for Haikyu, the reason why I like it as well is because, yes, there's a main character. There's one or two main characters, right?
Yeah.
But the author is really fair. He gives even the side characters or the competing team, small characters, he would give a backstory of them, a very short one.
Yeah, I like that, right?
Yeah, so I think that's it's kind of like Demon Slayer too, right? With all the bad guys, they also have their backstories on how they became a demon, so something like that. I kind of like those kind of story plot.
Honestly, though, anime kind of taught me about life, because I see this, right? This character will never show up again, and then he has a backstory, and it really did make me think in my life, everyone that I pass by, right? Every I buy a drink or I buy something to eat, and then a cashier hands me a receipt, right? But that person also has a story, right?
There's a word for this.
There's a word for what?
For what you were just talking about.
Is it German? Because all the German words have
Well, I saw
meanings.
this on this author, Adam Grant. He said this is called Sonder, SONDER.
Sonda?
Yeah, meaning that everyone has their story, like, and you just don't know what everyone's going through. Something like that.
Wow, that's deep. So yeah, it's the anime has Sonda. Anime has strong Sonda vibes, and I really appreciate that. All right, so like question. So how do you like personally watch anime? Like at home, do you watch it on like a computer or do you watch it on like, you know, a phone?
It really depends, right? If I'm eating, sometimes I watch it in my living room on the TV. But like, let's say I'm like about to sleep, I want to like watch like an episode, then I'll be watching it on my phone. But yeah.
Have you ever watched it on like a VR headset?
No.
It's crazy. So like in my home, I have like a little cubby. I call it like my movie cubby. So it's next to my PC, and I have like a bean bag where like it's pure. So I took out all the beans. Like I got the beans to the right amount where I can like kind of sink in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some bean bags are like too hard.
Yeah.
You just sit and it's like plump.
Yeah.
You know. And some are like, you know. So I got the perfect bean to bag ratio. So where I kind of sink in and it's comfortable. And then so then I load up Vibe Desk on my Vibe Focus Vision, and I kind of just watch it on my bean bag like this. And it is like crazy because it's like literally like a cinema, right? Because you can like get the screen really big. And sometimes like with, you know, when you're watching things in like long extended periods of time, you kind of get tired, you kind of get fidgety, right? So you don't want to just sit straight and watch it. So the best thing about like watching it with the Focus Vision is that you can literally just kind of move around, you know, like if you want to like go to the bathroom, you actually have to take it off, but like, you know, if you want to get snacks, like it's like over there, you know, you don't want to tip things over, so you put the snacks a little bit further, you can kind of just walk over and get it.
Is it more immersive though?
I would say so. Like obviously,
isn't it technically still like 2D?
It is. So like the screen is still like, obviously it's still like one screen, right? But like you can get it really big. You know, like it's the same way like if you watch movies in a movie theater, technically they're a little bit more immersive because the screen's bigger and like the sound is loud. You know, it's like
like IMAX.
Yeah, the graphics are jumping out at you, right?
Okay.
So it's a little bit more immersive because it's like, you know, you move and then the screen goes with you, and then like the visuals are like a little bit more poppy. Like they pop out a little bit more than just like a normal monitor. So yeah, so that's where I watch it, and it's pretty good. You should try it out.
So speaking of VR, I don't know if you know this anime. I never seen like a full episode, but I know like the general plot. But it's called Sword Art Online.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah. So I know like it's where their conscious are being like transferred into like a game, right?
Yeah.
So I know I've seen like a movie of this anime called Detective Conan. Yeah. So they have like short episodes but they also have like a movie version. And then this movie version, it's similar to Sword Art Online where the kids are in an egg and then their heads
egg?
are it's like an egg shaped like device. Like a big
Okay. Oh, like a full body egg.
Yeah. And
okay.
then the kids would sit inside, and then their heads are connected to also kind of like a device, like in Sword Art Online, like a VR device. And then they fall asleep, but their conscious are being transferred into a game. And then what happens is they don't die. Like let's say you die in the game, you don't die in real life.
Yeah.
But like, there was like a twist. Like I'm not. I don't think this is supposed to spoil anything. But basically, to win the game, one person has to pass, or else everyone dies.
Okay.
So there's like 50 people.
So it's like there's risk involved, basically.
Yeah. So it reminds me of Sword Art Online because that's kind of similar, right?
Yeah. So Sword Art Online, the premise is very like VR oriented, where like these people, these gamers, they like get this headset to join this complete immersion, right? Complete immersive VR game, and they put it on, and their whole consciousness is transferred into the world. But there's like something went wrong, and if you die in the game, you essentially die in real life. So like and your consciousness is also trapped in VR, basically.
But it wasn't a bug. It was on purpose. Like it was designed, right?
Yeah.
Initially, they thought it was a bug.
And it was like, well, spoiler alert. But yes, so the show's premise is kind of just like, for me, it kind of put VR. I think it kind of defined VR in my opinion, because before that it was kind of just, I think the anime just really gets the immersive feel of VR down perfectly, right? Like you're just completely transformed in. The real world doesn't matter. Like everything is in there. And the anime, I think, is really good. It's amazing, but only for the first season. And then after that, it kind of goes downhill because they introduce new elements, and the elements are really stupid.
I see.
Like so.
But how many
stupid.
seasons are there?
I don't know. So I watched season 1, and then I started season 2, and then I like forced myself to finish it.
Oh.
Because maybe how some shows like season 2 is not great and then season 3 is good.
Yeah.
So I like forced myself to finish season 2, and then I started season 3. I think I watched 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, I cannot do this anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Ready Player One, right? The movie. It's like very similar to Sword Art Online. So it makes me think like in the future when technology is more advanced, where like our real body, our physical body can be asleep while we're like conscious in like a virtual platform. Is that something I would want to experience?
Yeah, I don't know. I would say for me, yes, because I watched Sword Art Online and it was amazing because the character can fly. Spoiler alert, I don't know if it is. But like you can and they like get transported, right? So they're in the world, and then they can literally just fly, and he experiences flying for the first time. I remember that scene very vividly because it like blew my mind. So I think I would, because obviously the reason why you would be transported into another world, there has to be a reason why you would want to go in, right? If you go in and you live the same life, then I would just live my life out here. But so the fact that I can like go into another world and maybe like fly or maybe like do these things that I can't do in real life, definitely.
Yeah, I get that, but do you want to live in that world?
Yeah.
Like,
well, what's living? Do you mean like live permanently?
Yeah, so no, like basically your physical body, you just when you wake up to like maybe eat or use the bathroom, purely that's it. And then the rest of your life, it's on this platform.
Well, if it's better than real life, then yeah, right? I mean, obviously it has to beat what I have now, right? Like right now I have this, I can feel the sofa, but if I go into a world and I can't feel anything, obviously not. But if it's better than what I have in the real world, if it's the real world plus I can fly, of course, that's where I'm going to be now. Yeah, I'm going to fly to work. You just want to
experience something you can't experience in real life.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I've watched anime in VR, right? But like there's this other experience that's like a VR anime. And that's really cool. Have you ever experienced that before?
No, I don't get what you mean.
So there's this game. It's kind of a game / anime experience called Dyschronia, where it's like anime style and you play as a character. Like you play as a character in the anime, right? It's kind of like a storyline. And you essentially just go through the life of this guy, and it's like anime style, and the story is very anime centric. It's essentially like you're like in a futuristic world, and you're like a private detective that's hired to like solve a murder, and you kind of live through this anime movie. So it's like an anime movie, and you have to do a little bit of interactivity, like you kind of.
So it's an anime game, not really a movie. But it's like a game that was created into like a story, like
yeah, like a game anime experience kind of. So there's not a lot of gameplay, but it's you kind of just do a little bit of stuff and then you sit back and like enjoy the story, and you obviously have to do a few things to influence the story, kind of like a choose your own adventure anime style kind of thing. Yeah, and it's pretty good. Like it's I've only played I think an hour. I was doing some research on it, and apparently the whole gameplay or like the whole storyline is 14 hours or like it's like, like 8 to 10 plus hours up. And yeah, so like I would love to finish that. It's a little time consuming, but like I would like to finish that. Also, like Gundam.
No. Oh, you mean the egg? Is it that one?
The egg? Tell me more about Gundam.
Wait, maybe I got it wrong. Sorry. That's Gudetama.
What's Gudetama? Oh, Gudetama.
Gudetama.
No. No.
Sorry.
Gundam is like kind of it's like Transformer-esque. So it's like like space warriors in like mech suits.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know that one. Yes.
Yeah, so Gundam actually released a completely like it's like a VR experience. Also kind of like the game that I was talking about previously, but this one is like minimal controls. It's like another VR movie. It's like I think it's an hour long. I really want to try it. I haven't tried it yet, but it's like a full like anime storyline in VR that I really want to try out.
I see.
Yeah, so like those are like I would say that I would love to see more of those come out because like I mean I already watch anime with a VR headset, right? I might as well live into the world, you know?
Yeah.
So like, you know, like watching anime in VR, right? But there's also VR filmmaking in VR chat. Have you heard of this?
No.
This is like this blows my mind. But essentially what happens is you can literally make a movie in VR chat, right? Because like so what happens is you kind of put the Vive Tracker 3.0s on your body to get full body tracking, right? And then because in VR chat you can move around, right? So you can essentially make like kind of make an anime movie
with the avatars.
Yeah, right. And then so like there are actors, actresses.
Have you seen one before?
Yeah, so there's a studio I think called Penrose Studio or Studio Penrose that made an amazing VR short movie, and it really blows my mind because it's essentially like just imagine like an action movie in real life, but it's in anime form.
So the characters are anime style, not cartoon style.
Well, so like with the magic of this is like you can choose, right? Like depending on your avatar in VR chat, you can choose a fully anime style avatar, and then it could be anime, right? And you could also choose to have an anime world, and then it could be an anime world, right? So in this VR movie that I watched, it was like anime styled. And it was amazing because it was like an action movie, and like you know you don't have to draw every frame, right? You can literally act it out. Like they have actors and actresses, and like instead of set designs and like set changes and costume changes that normally might cost so much money or so much time, they literally just like change characters, right? Or like change clothes, and then sets. Like you know, they're still in one studio, right? Just with like full body tracking
and real people.
Yeah, they just have to switch to the VR chat world.
But that's actually really cool.
And it's like it's a very big community right now. Like they have a Discord. They're hosting like movie making workshops.
So is this based in the States?
Well, it's online, right? It's great. Like yeah, it's on VR chat, right? So whoever wants to join, you know, you just literally hop in the Discord and they'll host like these VR filmmaking workshops where like you know they talk about what headset they use, what trackers, but most people use the like the Vive Tracker 3.0s. But I am curious to see if like the Vive Ultimate trackers will improve that experience because now you don't have base stations, you don't need base stations, you can just move around completely free. And I'm very excited to see what will happen there because I think that's like a whole different genre of movie making, right? Like
but is it still considered anime?
I don't know, but it's just so I would think it's anime styled movie making, right? Because the characters, they're anime styled, right? And it's literally just real actresses, real actors. They like put on this like anime costume and then they like get to like, you know, act it out.
But I guess if they act it out, what about the facial expression? I don't think they can, you know, like in animes where they still have like these over exaggerated like expression of crying, laughing, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the expressions wouldn't be full on like the you know like the you know like the three lines when it gets whatever. Yeah, but like they can have like facial trackers, right?
Oh, so like to follow the mouth, like when they're talking. And
also with VTubing, like you can kind of control like with facial tracking. If you smile as a VTuber, they can program the anime style
like the
mouth.
Eyes to like.
So I mean, honestly, it could still work. Like you could kind of film out like an anime episode with tracking and like VR headsets. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but that's so interesting.
I think what's interesting about anime though is that it creates like a community. Have you heard of anime conventions?
Yeah.
Or have you been to one?
No, wait, have you been to one?
No.
No, I kind of want to go.
I wanted to go. I don't know if I should say this on camera, but my brother-in-law told me that's gross.
Wait, why is it gross?
Because like it's like the normal regular people that cosplay is cool. Like I have nothing against cosplay. Like I would do it myself too, but there's just like different groups of people that would go to anime conventions. There's the regular, like I actually like anime. I'm just there to buy like stuff or see stuff. They're the people who like really think they're an anime character. Where they just become they're just so into the anime where they're just like, I'm Naruto. Like,
wait, did you ever have a classmate that would like run like this?
Yes.
Yeah. Like those people, right? Those. Yeah. I know what you mean. So there's like anime lovers, maybe anime like aficionados. And then maybe people that are interested and they just kind of want to go check it out and buy some stuff. And they're like people that think they're an anime character and start running like this. Yeah. Yeah.
But, well, we're off topic. But in general, like, basically, I think it creates like a community, like, to bring a lot of like fans together. There's also like,
for sure.
like on Reddit, they have like subreddits about like the anime. Like, if you have questions about it, you can like post and people will answer for you too.
Yeah.
Or like Discord. Fan arts, people would also create like another like manga story about like maybe two characters, like maybe it's like a shonen manga but like girls, maybe we're like, oh, if they're together, that'd be so cute.
Fan fiction.
Yeah, fan fiction. And then girls or people would draw like a non-related to the story.
No, yeah, for real. That's cool.
About like two characters falling in love, stuff like that. I really like those.
No, I love like so my favorite thing about like, I guess in general, is just like conventions, like forums, like it creates a community around the anime or the movie or literally anything, right? Yeah. And because like this, like let's talk about anime, right? In anime, the artist, it's only one person. Maybe there's a lot of people animating, whatever, but like they can only do so much. And I think anime conventions or like fan fiction or novels or like forums can kind of get us, the fans, still entranced into the storyline or like into still like, because I cannot get enough of Bleach, right? Like there's never enough of Bleach. So after I watch an episode is I think 20 minutes, 22, 23. I literally immediately go onto the forums and look at discussion, right? Like what people think about the anime. You're right. Yeah. And like, then I might watch some interviews, right? Done by who, and then I read the comments. Like I love hearing what other people have to say about it. And with Bleach, I think there were two authors that asked the creator of the original manga and anime like for permission to write a canon story, so like a story that is still in the Bleach universe that takes place after the manga and after the anime,
like a side story.
Yeah, but it's purely approved by the
original author.
Yeah, and it's just like great. Like now I can like get more of the story, Yeah. And the animator or like the artist can still create whatever they want to create, but like I can get more. Yeah, I want more Bleach. Yeah. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think with like, online connections, right? You can like gather fans from all over the world. Like maybe you won't be able to go to like an anime convention in Japan, but like you can still like connect with fans, international fans. Yeah. And I don't know if you heard of Birdie Wing. So it's this anime, golfing like anime, and then a lot of like animes would expand into like games, right, on Switch and other platforms. Yeah. And then Survivors worked with Birdie Wing, and they created like a museum. So they had like a lot of like the characters, the pictures or sceneries from the anime. Yeah. And then if you're a fan of the anime, you can go into the world, like the Survivors world, and kind of like visit, it's kind of like those like pop-ups. This
Pop-ups or
anime
like
pop-ups,
museum-y kind of exhibits.
of these like animes, right? But then it's like virtual, like a virtual world.
Have you been to a real life
Yes.
anime exhibit?
Yes, for
What
Haikyu.
was that like? Haikyu?
So the lines are really long because like the space is small, right? So they have like limited space for people, and then when you go in, it's like jammed packed, and obviously you're just there to buy like maybe the T-shirt or like a keychain, take pictures.
Yeah.
It's like more of a souvenir, but like, you know, if you're a fan of it.
And see, so that's okay. So that is my issue with these anime pop-ups, because I've been to a few and they're all like not great. Like because honestly, you're just there to buy
Like a
souvenir,
Yeah,
like some of like the merchandise, right? So
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
actually there for the exhibit. But I think I could imagine an exhibit or a pop-up in VR where I literally want to go and check out, because it's actually immersive, right? Because right now, like I went to a Spy Family one, and it's just literally pictures of like the characters
Yeah,
on
yeah.
and I'm just like, so lame. Like, this is stupid. Like,
Well, I wouldn't say it's stupid.
I think it's
I think
stupid.
saying it's stupid is a little too far. But like, it's like people like to take pictures.
yeah.
So like they have like these like cutouts, right? These cardboards cut out, or like maybe even like an actual like figure, like a tall figure.
Yeah.
You can take pictures with it. You know, like living that life, like imagining that you're actually like with that character.
Yeah, couldn't you do that in VR? You could literally live the life of Anya in VR as opposed to taking a picture with. I just think that like these exhibits, they're kind of like a cash grab, because like you kind of some are free, but some you have to pay a little bit of money to go in.
Yeah.
And it's literally just cardboard pictures, and I'm just like, I'm here for this? No, I'll just go get a T-shirt, which is more money, which is fine, because I wanna rep the anime that I like, right? I would love a Spy Family T-shirt that I can wear, but like I'm okay with paying for that. But like paying to take like a picture, I just think is a little bit lame, and it's not as fun. So I could see like exhibits in VR where like, oh, you could like, you could like be in the Spy Family living room. That's the only one I've been to. Spy Family living room. Oh, you could like see the bag of peanuts, like the Spy Family iconic bag of peanuts. Like you can hold it in your hand. Like stuff that like that would be amazing, and I would honestly, I would happily pay an entrance fee for, as opposed to like, oh, here's a cardboard cutout of the dog. Take a picture with it. Like, yeah, okay. That'll be $10. So yeah, so then I kind of see that as being the future of anime, like being able to live, like make it not so much a passive viewing experience, but kind of an interactive one, right? Because anime is great because the storylines, the plot development, everything is so well put together, and everything is like calculated. So it makes for a great passive viewing experience, and I kind of want to make it more of an interactive one, right? Like I want to see it be more interactive, and I could see that being what the future holds.
Like you were talking about the other one, Dyschronia, was that one?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, right? Like interactive.
Yeah. Like imagine if this is just I'm pitching this, right? Imagine if like I could like a VR experience in Bleach where I could be like a Shinigami, like one of the classic foot soldiers, and I could like walk through the world and like see all of these things going on. Like I could literally live a life in Bleach, and that could be like the game, right?
Like
or
you're
like
an
the
NPC.
Experience. Yeah, right. And it doesn't have to be too much interaction, but the fact that I can see it from the lens of like a person there, I think it would blow my mind. It really would blow my mind. So that's what I think would happen in the more like VR kind of experimental phase. But like I'm very excited to see what anime has in the future regarding like actual anime that we can watch, because Netflix, in my opinion, really revitalized anime, the whole anime industry, because I think Netflix kind of made it a lot more mainstream. Like obviously anime was mainstream beforehand, but like a lot of people that didn't really have the means to watch it, everyone has a Netflix subscription, and then they can watch like the biggest animes that are out currently, right? Like there's so many. I have like a list of like my watch list. It's just full of anime that I just haven't had time to watch, and like it's maybe Netflix created, Netflix produced, or like Netflix bought the streaming rights, and I'm just so excited to watch it. Like there's like one called like Kaiju 16 or something.
Oh yeah, no, Kaiju 8, right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a number.
8.
But I'm so like I really want to watch that, and it's like without Netflix, I don't know if it could have come out,
Yeah, no, I kind of agree and disagree with you because I feel like, anime was always kind of accessible, like with Crunchyroll. It was always available, but I totally get what you mean because like I think for Netflix it also helped me find like it recommended me a lot of like animes I never would have watched if it didn't recommend me, like Hunter x Hunter, which is like a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic.
Like it's crazy how like I've never like I heard of it before, yes, but like it didn't really. I didn't really bother to like search it up and
exactly yes, and that's what I mean. Like yes, Crunchyroll was a thing, but I don't know if I want to pay for an anime only platform. Right? Because I love anime, but I also need some other stuff. And Netflix, I originally got it to watch movies and TV shows and stuff like that. Yeah. But now that they have anime and like a dedicated section for anime is amazing because Hunter x Hunter, I've always wanted to watch that. I heard amazing things. But I could never I didn't really want to pay for a Crunchyroll subscription or like kind of buy it online. So then now I can just stream it and it's just amazing. Hunter x Hunter is honestly amazing. It like literally became one of my favorite animes,
Yeah, and I like how for Netflix they have the new and old version. Mm-hmm. So you can choose like if you want to watch the new version. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have the
remastered.
Yeah. So you have that option to choose.
And like I just think Netflix is doing a really good job with anime because like they also make like these live action movies.
Like with One Piece, right?
Yes, and like One Piece, in my opinion, is I think it's a little bit before my time, just a smidge before my time. And I never really got to experience it because when I started liking anime, the One Piece just was it was too much, I couldn't catch up on the whole thing. So the live action kind of gave me that desire to watch more. Right? So I watched the live action. Did you like it?
I didn't watch the live action, but okay. I heard about it.
It's pretty good.
Because I heard Sorrel is really hot. The Sorrel? Yeah, the green hair guy, right?
Yeah. No, he was.
He blew up.
Yeah, he was cool. I wouldn't say hot, but he was cool. He's a little attractive, but cool. A little bit hot, but very cool. Like it was made really well. Like it wasn't like too cringe or whatever.
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the live actions, because they do have the live actions in Japan, and then it does come off a little cringe.
Yeah, because honestly, anime was drawn to be anime, right?
Yeah.
And they try and keep the essence of the anime in the live action.
Right.
So their hair is all
like blonde or like how like they have the strand of hair.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, right. I don't know if that translates as well into real life, But like One Piece did it great and it actually made me kind of want to watch the previous one. So I've been watching the first season of One Piece and it's great. I highly recommend it. Yeah, like also how they revitalize these like old franchises like One Piece or whatever. I'm also excited to see them. So Netflix is actually coming out with do you know Terminator?
Yes.
The Terminator franchise. So they're coming out with the Terminator anime, I think called Terminator Zero or something.
Okay.
And I'm very excited to see that because the Terminator movies, like I fell in love with as a kid. I love watching Terminator. So I'm curious to see what they'll do with anime there, But I will say that I'm not too sure if I like the colors in Netflix produced anime. Like I mean, like like with a lot of the newer Netflix created shows, like anime shows, the colors aren't as anime. Do you know what I mean? Like the colors are deeper. It's more cartoony. Like I feel like Netflix might be blending the cartoon style and the anime style together, and I don't really like that. To be honest, like I don't like the colors in a lot of the anime that Netflix produces. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I think for me, I look for in the future with anime is like we were talking about it, like if I wear like a headset and then like my body is like asleep, but my conscious is transferred to like another world.
Yeah.
Like I think it's scary, but also very exciting at the same time.
So you're excited for like an immersive...
Ready Player Me kind of concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're excited for kind of the
technology,
immersive, the technology,
yeah.
being able to jump into anime.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like feeling the realisticness and immersiveness.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that too. Thanks for tuning into IRL. Like, subscribe, and comment what you'd like us to talk about in the future.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.